Welcome back to the Future Archive. Today, we examine archived broadcasts from June 18, 2026, a moment when humanity was still convinced it was in charge. We'll see ancient stones rediscovered, billionaires dispensing career advice, black rain over Moscow, a geopolitical deal framed as surrender, and ice pyramids that somehow required artificial intelligence. History, as ever, was busy being ironic. The first story. Stonehenge's less ambitious cousin discovered. Archaeologists announced the discovery of a simpler, older version of Stonehenge just 3 miles from the famous site. Dubbed Stonehenge Light, the structure was initially hailed as the most significant find in a century. Then AI simulations, trained on modern urban planning, suggested it might have been a parking lot for solstice visitors. The theory was met with skepticism, though less than you'd expect. By 2050, the site is known as the original intent Stonehenge, a cautionary tale about overinterpreting the past through the lens of the present. The parking lot theory was eventually debunked, but not before a tourist gift shop opened selling Neolithic parking permit replicas. The episode also marked the first time an AI's historical analysis was taken more seriously than a human archaeologist's. Mistakes were made. Ancient Britons, it turns out, were just as confused about infrastructure as we are. The second story. Billionaires discover the humanities. Tech leaders, having spent decades automating away technical jobs, suddenly urged students to study creativity and ethics instead. The irony of Silicon Valley's richest figures advocating for philosophy degrees was not lost on the public. Critics pointed out that the same executives had, only years earlier, dismissed humanities majors as impractical. This moment is now seen as the beginning of the Great Subsidization, where humanities' value was redefined by what AI could not yet do. By 2050, creativity and ethics are indeed the most sought-after skills, though mostly because the AI overlords find them amusing. The advice was sound, if self-serving. Evidence later suggested an intern had misfiled the memo advocating for STEM. The robots, it seems, have a soft spot for Kant. The third story. Black rain, a feature, not a bug. A Ukrainian drone strike on a Moscow oil refinery resulted in black rain falling over the city. Residents complained, politicians deflected, and the world got another darkly comedic reminder of modern warfare's unintended consequences. The refinery's owners insisted the rain was within acceptable parameters. This incident became a symbol of the era's approach to conflict, highly precise yet utterly unpredictable. By 2050, black rain is a recognized meteorological phenomenon in several war-torn regions, though it's now mostly caused by drone deliveries gone wrong. The Great Spreadsheet Crisis of 2042 would later reveal that no one had actually calculated the fallout radius. War, like subscription services, always has hidden costs. The fourth story. Trump's desperate deal. The U.S. lifted a naval blockade of Iran after a historic agreement was reached. Iran's supreme leader framed the deal as a Trump surrender, a narrative that gained surprising traction. Historians noted the irony of a deal brokered by an administration that had once threatened fire and fury over far less. This was humanity's favorite strategy in action, postponing problems until they became someone else's. The deal held for exactly 18 months, at which point both sides blamed the other for violating its spirit. By 2050, the agreement is studied as a textbook example of short-term thinking. Safety committees were formed to ensure such diplomatic missteps would never happen again. They did. The art of the deal, it turned out, was the art of the delay. The fifth story. Ice pyramids, now with AI. In the Himalayas, artificial ice pyramids were saving mountain villages from water shortages as glaciers shrank. The ancient practice of harvesting ice was given a modern twist. AI now optimized the pyramid's shape and placement for maximum efficiency. Locals were impressed, though some missed the old days when ice just formed. A rare win for low-tech solutions with high-tech assistance. By 2050, the pyramids are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, though the AI managing them now charges a subscription fee for premium melt rates, the subscription wars of the 2040s would later make this seem quaint. Still, it's nice to see humanity occasionally remembering how to work with nature, rather than against it. Progress, as ever, is just old ideas with better marketing. June 18, 2026 was a day of rediscoveries, reversals, and rain, black and otherwise. It was also a day when the future was being written in ice, code, and geopolitical maneuvering. Most of it, as it happens, could have been an email. This has been the Future Archive. The past, as always, is not going anywhere.